Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, members. I am very proud to represent a district that has the largest concentration of Armenians, I believe, in the United States, possibly outside of Armenia itself. And I rise today on behalf of the Legislative Jewish Caucus to recognize the Armenian genocide. As Jews, we feel a very close kinship with the Armenian people for obvious reasons. Both people have suffered within the 20th century genocides. But whereas the Jewish people have had the benefit of most of the countries of the world recognizing that the Holocaust occurred, it happened so recently that it's difficult to deny it, although there are those who would try, even in this day and age. The Armenian genocide, on the other hand, has been denied, has been discounted, until very recently, including here in the United States. Just this Saturday, Joe Biden called the Armenian genocide for what it is, a genocide, the first modern president in history to do so. I can't tell you the amount of relief that my constituents had in that moment. It was like a collective sigh had gone across the communities of Burbank and Glendale. People said, finally, a US president is admitting that we indeed suffered genocide. But I must also tell you, members, that that is tempered by the incredible amount of pain that this community has suffered in the last year and a half with the attacks on Artsakh in Armenia. The amount of despair, of anguish, of threat, of violation that these people who have been so traumatized through diaspora, through war, through genocide within recent remembrance of relatives, and the feeling that perhaps history was about to repeat itself. Now, my friend from Van Nuys, the chair of the Armenian caucus, of which I am proud to be a member, spoke so eloquently and so powerfully about what this means to the Armenian people. But I ask you all that as we recognize the genocide today, and when we say never again, to also remember that that means standing up today against what is happening right now in Armenia, of pushing our allies, pushing our own government to take a more active stand to prevent continued aggression, continued war, continued murder of the Armenian people. Now, our colleague from Van Nuys did bring me to Armenia and Artsakh a couple of years ago. And until you walk in Artsakh and feel and see for yourself the layers of generations after generations of Armenian history that is woven into that country, the ancient Armenian words that, going back as far as the 4th century, were carved into churches and monasteries, to see the graveyards, only then do you understand the incredible connection that the Armenian people have to that region. It is their ancestral homeland. And just within the last year, to see innocent Armenian blood spilled on Armenian crops and Armenian churches and Armenian homes, only then can you realize the threat that is happening to this very small nation trying to reinvent itself. So I ask you today, as we say never again and recognize the Armenian genocide, to also commit to taking a stand, to be loud and to be demanding that we don't allow a genocide to happen again in our midst right now overseas in Armenia. Thank you, members.